All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we the brothers from Grave Millstone, New Orleans, coming to you with another a live lesson, so to speak. This is the brother Kazakia.
Brother Kabal.
All right, and prior to get it started, we want to give all infinite honor and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rakakadash.
Rakakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles at Grave Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, and salutations be to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, all right?
Shalom.
Shalom. And title of today's lesson is going to be to trust the process, man. Okay? You know, we be given this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you know, and we've been set on basically an adventure, okay? And then in an adventure, you don't know what's the possible outcome of the adventure, man. They could be full with perils, troubles, you know what I'm saying? Or in some cases for, you know, people, it could be a smooth walk, you know. But we know according to scriptures that, you know, we're going to come into perilous times, you know. So in this truth, man, we have to trust the process, all right? So I got a quick kind of a definition on it. This is trust the process is basically a phrase that means having faith in the journey even when the results aren't immediately visible. It's about believing that consistent effort, patience, and time will eventually lead to the outcome you're hoping for, even if things feel uncertain or difficult along the way. So, hey, look, man, you know, that's a part of the definition of trusting the process, man. A journey and that requires a great amount of faith, because you really don't know what the outcome of the journey is going to be, you know. But as you grow more in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in His truth, you know, as you seek the Lord face more, as He reveals more to you, you grow confident, man, you know, in the things that, you know, you learn, you're taught, you know, and you basically begin to have a closer relationship with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, right? And we're going to go ahead and get that first precept.
This is Proverbs 3, starting verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart.
Right. It's a trust in the Lord with all thine heart, right? When you trust in something, right, with all your heart, it's not going to leave any room for doubt, okay? And, you know, and that's like basically, you know, the fear of the Lord, man. The Spirit working with you.
Yeah, I want to say too, when you go into that word trust, it means it's somebody you could rely on. You know what I'm saying? Somebody you could depend on.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, we know Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is what? He's the stone, man. Okay? He's the foundation, right? You know, He told you to cast your burdens upon Him, man. You know, but give Him the heavy weight, and He'll do the lifting, right? Because He's been put in position for it.
Yeah, because He always come through. The law always go come through, man. Especially, man, if you're the hopefully elect. You know what I'm saying? Especially, man, if you trusting Him, man, your whole heart. Because, hey, that's what it's about, man. You got to have faith. You always say the certain days that happen unto you in your benefit, you got to have faith. That's going to happen unto you. You got to trust that.
Right. Up until this time, you know, we have been trusting in the process. You know, there was a point in time we didn't know, you know, anything about the law. We was completely clueless, you know, but we believed though, you know, we kept the faith, holding steadfast, okay? You know, and ultimately it led us up to the point in time in the day in which we are in now. You know, younger brothers, you know, growing in the truth through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. All right.
It's trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lead not unto thy own understanding.
Right. And I just want to say really quickly on the leaning not on your own understanding, man. You know, there's different brothers out there, you know, that are coming into the truth. They have questions, right? You know what I'm saying? And what do you need to do, man? You need to lean on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You need to pray on it. You know, that's things that you have to pray on. The Lord's not even going to give you the answer unless you pray on it, right? You want to get the proper counsel, you gotta pray on it, and the Lord will direct you to the right men. You know what I'm saying? Or lead you to the answer that you need to know at that time, man. You know?
I'm going to say it, verse 6. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths.
Right, because really you're not in control, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is in control. right? And the paths is what? What is set at? What is set on the paths, man? You know, basically, you know, I'll walk towards the kingdom of heaven. Then that path is very narrow, okay, and it's as if it's a fire on one side and a great deep water on the left side, okay. And what is that? What is that symbolic for? Right? It's symbolic for different doctrines and philosophies that you could fall back into. The old man, the old way of life, right? Because the scriptures tell you to put on therefore as the elect, right? And the elect is gonna trust the process, man. They're gonna know that they're gonna fall sometime, right? They're gonna have to repent. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to be counseled. Okay. These are all things that you have to go through, you know, in the truth. Okay.
Yeah. I want to say something too. Yeah, that's why the scripture say, lead not to our own understanding. Because, hey, by us, hey, you know, walking this path, working this journey, we won't fully know the way. You know what I'm saying? The only way, but the Lord, he the one that gives the journey. He gives the way, so he knows the way. So that's why we got to depend on the Lord. You know, as we walking through this journey towards, the kingdom, you know, we got to follow the instruction according to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way.
Right. And what is the Lord? He's like a giant beacon of light. Okay. And everything else around you is just complete darkness, man. If you tarry from off, if you fall from off the path of following that light, then you're just gonna be wandering around in gross darkness. You know, you're gonna be ignorant to the fact. You're not gonna be watching. Okay. You're not gonna be repenting or staying prayed up. Okay. You're gonna fall in some type of snare or trap, man. Okay. So walk in the ways of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. So, you know, stay within the light, so to speak. Okay.
All right. I got somewhere fast.
Okay.
It's Matthew 7. Is Matthew 7. I'm gonna start verse 13. Enter ye at the straight gate, for the wide is the gate and the broad is the way that leadeth to the destruction, and many there be which go in thereat, because the straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and a few there be that find it.
Right, exactly, man. It say the straight gate, right? Which is basically going into what? A position of difficulty, right? You're going to go through trials and tribulations, okay? You're going to go through adversities, right? You may even go through certain calamities, just hard, rigorous test, okay? Within this truth, man. And we're coming upon that time.
Yeah, I want to say too, yeah, it was very less how Shai speaking, man. So basically, he'll let us know that, hey, this journey that we in, you know what I'm saying, it's a straight gate. Which, hey, as you say, it's a path of difficulty, you know. That's why, hey, man, the scripture said in Sirach 2, we got to prepare our soul for temptation. As we about to begin our journey, you know, because, hey, you got to prepare yourself, hey, to be tempted to hey, to not continue in that journey. But in the day, you know, by us, hey, you know, having faith, you know what I'm saying, trusting the process, hey, you know, we're able to, hey, we're going to make it through it. We're going to make it through that journey, man, towards the kingdom. If we stay having faith, we stay trusting in the process.
Right, you know? Exactly. That's what it goes back into, man. You know, trusting in the process, man. You on that journey, you on that walk, you on that, you know.
Yeah, I want to say something else too. That's why only that few is going to make it, because, hey, they trust in the process, man. Because, hey, everybody else, you know, they just want it now. You know what I'm saying? They want it now. They want to take the shortcut. You know, but in the day, sometimes the shortcut is the long cut.
Right.
You know, it's the long way. You know.
Right. Give me John 10 and verse 1.
John.
Yeah.
Cause it's John 10 verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. Right.
Here it is. We all are walking towards Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures teach you there's one faith, one doctrine. You know what I'm saying? And all the things that come, you know, basically that come with the truth. All right. You know, and he got somebody else. They also want to walk toward the Lord, but they trying to take a totally different path, man. You know what I'm saying? We trusted in the process. That person did not. Okay. There are many people that do the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? That believe on, you know, God. You know, some people even believe on Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai as far as the name speaks, man. But their fruits doesn't equate to what the name means, okay? What comes with it? You know, the things that you should be doing. You know, and we see that in various people, you know, throughout the planet, even within the truth. You know,
Con.
Yeah,
Second Ezra.
yeah, give me a second. Ezra 16.
Con is Second Ezra 16. Second Ezra 16.
74.
Con is Second Ezra 16 verse starting verse 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
Right. So look, this is the time that we're coming into. You know, the days of trouble. Right. Jeremiah, you know, 30:7, man. Okay. We're coming up on, you know, Esau coming down on the Israelites with great wrath, man. Now we know that wrath is going to be, you know, through the hand of the Lord. Okay. He's the one that's truly coming down with the punishment, man. So, you know, we have to trust and have faith that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to lead us, you know, to salvation, man. We have to grow in confidence and really believe that, man. You know, we have to really truly trust in the process. He already gave us, you know, the blueprint. He already gave us the criteria that we need in order to pass the test. He really gave you what do they call that? When somebody give you the answers for the test before you
A
take
cheat code.
yeah, like a cheat code. You know what I'm saying? He basically, you know, gave you the answers, you know, for the test. Now, you know, you had to actually act it out. You had to actually follow through. You know what I'm saying? You still got to take the test, man.
Yeah.
And you have to pass it. You know?
Guys, verse 75. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide.
Right. It says, be ye not afraid nor doubt. Right? And if you truly trust in Yahweh Shema Shai, right, with all your heart, right, with all your soul, okay, you're not gonna doubt. You know?
Yeah, what it means to be someone's guide. Basically, man, to point out what things at. You know what I'm saying? So hey, basically the Lord, He gave us what to point out, man. What's the things to watch out for as we walk in this journey. You know? What's man, He let us know, He point out the things that dangerous. It's gonna be danger right there as you walking towards it. But we able to make it out of it in a sense. We were able to escape it. But was by the Lord being our God, man, which the scriptures. He gives the instructions, man.
Right.
You know?
Right. Can you give me Hebrews 11 and 1?
Hebrews 11 and 1.
Yeah.
Because Hebrews 11 verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things are not seen. Right.
The scripture says faith is the substance of things hoped for, right, man? And when you go into that word substance, what does it mean, man? It means assurance.
Assurance.
Right? It means confident. Okay? So we got to be assured of what, man? This word, this knowledge, this truth. Right? The process that we had to go through in order to enter into the kingdom of heaven. We can't doubt, you know, we can't fear, you know, it is what it is. You know, we have to trust that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to guide us in our walk and in our journeys, you know, toward the kingdom of heaven, you know, Lord willing, if we be a part of that number, man. Okay? Can you give me that same one? Do you have the GNT on there?
Oh, GNT? Yeah. Oh, you want the Hebrews 11 in the GNT?
Yeah.
Okay. There's Hebrews 11 verse 1 in GNT. And it says to have faith is to be sure of things we hope for, to be certain of things we cannot see. Right.
So it says to be sure of things we hope for, man. And you can't even see it. It's not concrete, Jake. It's not tangible. You can't go out and touch it and say, oh, well, I know it's there because I could touch it. I could see it with my own eyes, man. You know? You, like, I believe I said before, you had to start believing, you know, in the unbelievable, man. You know, you have to really believe that your power, Yahweh Shema Shai, is going to walk with you, man. That He's going to be there for you. He's gonna guide you. He's gonna protect you.
Yeah.
You know?
God. Yeah, I got one to back you up too. It's 2 Corinthians 4, I'm gonna start verse 17. For our light afflictions, which is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceeding and eternal way of glory. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
And right. And what did it say, man? Yeah, the light affliction, man. Right? Through this process, you're gonna catch hell, man. You're gonna catch affliction. Okay? We're catching it now, man. On a smaller level, right? Because things about to be ramped up. Okay? You know, the world powers and the different elites, they're geared up and ready to go for World War III, man.
Yeah.
You know, things about to get crazy out here. But it's what you gonna say?
No, you should go ahead.
But what did it say? It says a far more exceeding a glory, right? Right, which is what? The kingdom of heaven, man. Immortality, power over the nations, man.
Yeah.
A great understanding and growth within with Yahweh Shema Shai. You'll be all knowing and know nothing at the same time. You'll still have to learn things. Okay.
I want to say too, yeah, basically that light affliction is basically, man, all the sufferings, all the afflictions, that's basically trying to stop us in our journey. You know what I'm saying? But for a moment where it's not gonna be forever, man. You know? That soon we gonna make it out of it. You're gonna make it out of certain situations, that tough situations that we go through as we walk on this journey. Which it says light too, because we able to get through it. It's light.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
but yes, I was going through that tough situation, trying to make it through the kingdom, man. It's gonna bring us towards the kingdom. Which, what's keep us on that journey is that, we looking toward the things that's not seen. Which, basically the kingdom, man. We don't see the kingdom, but in our minds, we know for a fact we could envision ourselves in the kingdom, man.
Absolutely.
You know, we're not focused on things that's our seen, which basically all the sufferings that we going through in this journey. We're not paying attention to that, man. Cause basically, man, if you pay too much attention of that, you know what I'm saying, you basically go give up, man. You go stop trusting the process. You go give up. You go basically look back and walk back, man.
Yeah.
Well, we know for a fact there's nothing to walk back to, man. You walking back towards destruction, man. You know, so that's why, man, we keep our eyes forward. We keep our eyes single towards the things that are not seen, man. Which that's gonna lead us to eternal life. You know.
Right, and really, the prophets really have, what we call, in a sense, when we're looking toward the kingdom of heaven, we have tunnel vision.
Yep.
Okay, you know what I'm saying, and that's all we can see is that path, that walk. You know what I'm saying, and I'm saying that, obviously we see things that go on around us, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. We stay clear of dangers. You know what I'm saying? We walk circumspectly and things like that. But I'm talking about directly, just speaking on, the receiving of the crown, man. You know what I'm saying? The palms, okay?
Yeah.
Those are, those are the different things we look forward to, okay? All right?
Yeah, man, we're looking forward to, man, make it to the kingdom, man. No matter how much dangers that, that's set on our path, on our journey towards, make it there. We know for a fact, we had enough faith to, man, we are sure that, man, as long as we keep on walking, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna make it there. Cause that's what it's about, man. It's about continuing, man. It's about, man, trusting the process that, we might not like the process, but, it's the process that the Lord like, man.
Right. Because the truth's about being what? It's about being uncomfortable, right? That's why it talks about, we talked about the straight gate earlier, you know what I'm saying? The position of difficulty, right? When you come in this truth, right, you purging out the old man, it's going to be a journey of being completely uncomfortable, man. And even when you get, further on in the truth, there are certain things that's going to be uncomfortable. But what do you gain over time, man? You gain confidence.
Yeah.
Okay? You begin to be assured of yourself. You begin to be sure of things.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're increasing in what? Belief. Yeah. You're increasing in the faith. You know what I'm saying? You're bounding yourself to trusting in the process, man. Bounding yourself to wisdom. The scriptures talk about that. Have I cover you like with chains and fetters, being bound to her, so to speak. Okay? Yeah, I want to get 2 Peter 1:19.
2 Peter chapter 1 verse 19. We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well, that ye take heed as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts.
Right, Khan. We have a sure word of prophecy. Sure, you know what I'm saying? Basically meaning confident, you know what I'm saying? We're trusting in, okay? You know, and what, like I said before, us trusting in those things leads for us to not what? Doubt. Because doubt leaves a avenue for what? Fear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a healthy fear, right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem El Shai, and there's an unhealthy fear. You know, you're gonna be put in a position where, hey, look, if you got a family, you know, hey, there's no telling what's gonna happen with that. You may be put in a position where you on a journey all alone, but you may end up in a F camp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just don't know what it is. You don't know what your lot is exactly, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem El Shai, through your belief in your faith, you believe the Lord's going to deliver you from it. You know?
Yeah, there's another point too. It say how we know we had a sure word of prophecy. Hey, we seen nothing but prophecy, come to pass, man. Whereas it lets us know, hey, man, it's process. It's the law, letting the process be known unto us, man. So, hey, man, now we gain more faith, man. We gain more confidence.
Right.
Now we more sure, more than ever, man. That, hey, the words, the prophecies, man. Hey, the Lord says it's gonna happen. It's happening, man. It's going to happen. You
right.
know?
And what did it liken itself to? It likened itself unto what? A light that shineth in a dark place.
Yeah, it's getting clear. It's
Right.
getting clear every day, man. Let us know, it's getting clear, hey, knowing, hey, who the prophets are. You know what I'm saying? And let us know, hey, man, that these prophecies, hey, man, don't lie, man. Everything is lining up, man. All the events that's leading up to, hey, man, our Lord's coming, man, is lining up, man. But hey, we just gotta continue to trust in the process, man. To, hey, man, we say the main goal is, hey, by us being delivered, man.
Right. Right. Yeah, one more. 1 Corinthians 15 and 58.
It's 1 Corinthians 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Right, Khan. They said what? Be ye steadfast, man. When you're steadfast, you're settled, right? You're settled, and you're not yet. And it said what? It also said unmovable.
Yeah.
When something's unmovable, okay, give me Colossians 2 and 6. When something's unmovable, it's rooted. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Something it's firmly planted in where it needs to be, and it's hard to take out of.
Yeah.
Right? You can't just go over and just push it over, tip it over. You can't just get a random piece of machine and just easily uproot it, man.
Yeah.
Look at the trees, for example. They're like that, man. Right? You need special equipment in order to do that. Right?
This is Colossians 2, verse 6. As ye therefore receive Yahushua the Lord, so walk ye in him. Rooted and built up in him, established in the faith as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving.
Right, man. Abounding in what? The work, man. But the point is, you were rooted. Right? The scriptures tell you that every tree that's not planted by my Father is going to be plucked up.
Yeah. Okay?
So in its truth, you got, and it goes into what verse 6 was talking about, trusting in a process, man.
Yeah.
Trusting in heaven in the faith of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah. Continue to walk with Yahweh Shai, man. Because, Yahweh Shai, he the only one that gets through that journey, man. He gonna allow us to make it, in a sense, man. As the scripture said, I could do all things with Yahweh Shai, which strengthen us, man. Strengthen us.
Right. Yeah, go back to 58 for me.
There's 1 Corinthians 15, verse 58. Again, it says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Right. Hey, look, man, we trust in the process. You know what I'm saying? We stay on the paths. We walk with the Lord, right? Being rooted, okay? Receiving that water that Yahweh Shem Shai pours upon us, right? The scriptures talk about, raining in the latter days and that being increased in abundance, man.
Yep.
So our knowledge, wisdom, and understanding grows. so that we have the possibility to teach other people, man.
Yeah.
You know, the same things that we were taught, you know. But in order for us to get to the point in which we were at, we had to trust in the process, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you had something else you wanted to say?
I want to say, I just want to say, man, we got continue, trust in the process as we on this journey, because we know the end of this journey, we gonna be rewarded for it, you know, by the Lord at the end.
Right. So you know, that's pretty much all we got. You know, do trusting in the process for the Lord, man. Put your faith in the Lord, man. You know, continue walking on that journey, man. You know, don't give up. Keep striving, Jake. You know, through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shem El Shai. You know, but prior to getting out of here, we want to give all infinite honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, and salutations be to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Kwam Yashala,
Kwam Yashala,
Baba Ball,
Baba Ball,
Shalom.
Shalom.